Alright, so we've done a little bit of changing the channel. We're gonna do less time-lapse videos, probably none at all. And we are going to switch to mainly just update videos for the near future. The reason is I cannot keep recording tons of footage on my computer every single day. But progress on the RV Macaw is still going, and we will keep working on that in the background. I'll keep giving you guys consistent updates. It's also a lot less work to make these update videos. That's another reason. But here we have a plane I'm working on. It's going to be pretty realistic. And then we have, obviously, the RV Macaw, which we'll get into later. So let's come over to this plane, turn on infinite electricity real quick, because the electric system on this is garbage. We have our gear button, and then obviously this is going to be a cargo plane as the standard variant, so we have our rear doors back here. Might come in through here. We have no lights in here, god dang it. So you have your co-pilot pilot seat. This thing does fly, but very poorly. Would not recommend flying it in its current state, but let's walk through it. So back here you have your AC, DC, electric system, right DC bus, left DC bus, AC bus, and your AC inverter, all the powers. Electric system sucks. You have your airspeed. So this starts in your imperial system, but you can switch it to your metric system, and now you're reading in meters. So you have your engine throttles and prop collectives. The prop collectives hooked up, but the engine throttle's not. And for reverse, you can put this to -3. Engine throttle, same thing. I have to hook up these crossfeeds still. But let's start here with the APUs. So we also have hydraulics that don't really work yet. Kind of working now. But so you come over here. In real life, these things use what's called starter generators. In Stormworks, you kind of can do that. I did it in a little bit different way than it did in real life. In real life, it's a motor, but as soon as it hits a certain idle revolutions per minute, I think it just generates like 28 watts, but we have it as a flip switch here. So you turn on switch this to your starter, hold this, and then you just hold this until this gets to around 200 rotations per minute. Now it's started. Then you flick that, and we are now making 14 watts on that APU. So come over here, you have your DC tie connectors, because each of these will use their own individual battery, but you can charge them via the same engine, one engine if needed. So switch these to your generators, and this is a similar system to the APU. So also, you can see this is very, very unfinished. This is just started recently. It was well, that was not supposed to happen. I left the prop collective on. Oh god. We're just gonna respawn that. Okay, so now that we've respawned that, let's come over to the RV Macaw. So some good progress has been done. I put one of my mini subs on this. I might go through and redo this. This thing sucks. Obviously all this you saw being built. Those need to start with power on. Turn off infinite electric. This ship does not work with infinite electric on. So we come down here into our stern lower deck. This is all the same. I also, finally, do I have player damage on? Yes, I do. So as you can see, we're breathing and we're not dying here. I'm going to turn that off because not every room's hooked up with AC yet. But we come into the HVAC room. This isn't completely finished, but I did away with the whole heating cooling system, so I'm just going to start putting heaters in rooms and hallways. But passive airflow, and then every ship, every room, you come in, let's just go into this room. You can see every room has one of these that lets airflow in between, but no liquids, you can't sink. So, I don't know, I don't think I've actually released this episode yet. A lot of work done in this engine room, completely different in fact. And I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my dog scratching at the floor in the other room. So come into here, turn on the engine coolant pumps. So yeah, this has all been redone, much simpler. Let's put a nice little room back here. See, again, we have another airflow valve. So we come over here. This is all of our engine monitors. So we can just angle these to whatever angle we want and put a little more drastic angle. The other engine has the same one, but this way you can kind of look, and it can go this way too. Same thing over here. I'll just demonstrate this one. It's going, see, it goes this way, but you really wouldn't want to because it's kind of annoying. Generator has that same screen, except the throttle's independently controlled. This is a very powerful generator. This makes like 1200 watts, which is more than enough to keep the ship topped up. It's very fidgety here, but one of the engines are running throttle or power setting. Okay, so now we come in through here, come into your engine room, or I don't even know at this point. This is built all on camera. Once again, you got your gas relief valves. So we got bunks, we got nice lights, and we just got some nice seats here. This doesn't have an air relief valve, but you're also not going to be spending a lot of time in here. Cargo lift. I can also hear those engines exploding. I still need to go fix that. I'm going to shut those off because those are very loud. Okay, so, and here's where we've been doing a bunch of planning. So you can see here we have a bathroom, equipment closet, armory, we have a brig, security office, and we have 2 bunk rooms here. These are just going to be like, put a bunch of people in them, not a lot of space, sauna, shower. And then here's going to be a little interesting room. We're going to have a diving moon pool. So this will go right down to the bottom, and you can see the green, I have it outlined. You will just be able to dive while, say, you're in bad conditions or something. Here we have our watertight doors. I'm not even sure if these work yet with the new room configuration. They work fine, and honestly. Who cares if it's a little bit like that? Won't hurt. I just realized you won't be able to shut those. Those do not work fine. I will have to change that. But if we make our way up into here, nothing else. Also, if you have a keen eye, you'll see all the decks are named now. So we're on the C deck. A deck's your highest deck. C deck, I think D deck is your lowest deck. But nothing much done with here. I might put some. I'm working on some towfish. I might put in here. But come up here. This is all the same. This is, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this room yet. I'm debating between a rec room. How did that go over there? I just respawned that. But debating between a rec room and a laboratory. I got to figure that out still. But we meander our way up here. This is all going to be planned still. This is where nice people are going to be. Captain's quarters, probably put the first mates. Here we're going up to the bridge, named B deck. So yeah, you see here, this is your A deck. Okay. So the bridge is being completely redone. I hated the old one. Also, the ship now, if you come in through here, it's broken up into a bunch of different watertight compartments. As you see, each one of these ports is a watertight compartment, each independently bilged. You control all the bilges with one key, but that doesn't really matter. Little fly ridge thing, I don't know if this is going to stick. This was all shown. Also, since I've made this stack, they came out with the ability to disable particles coming out of these. I might disable them, or a couple of them, but I'm not sure. I kind of like it when there's a lot of smoke coming out of these. But overall, it's pretty much what we've done in a little while. I might do something up here in the front, put one of the wind rooms or anchor rooms, whatever they're called, where you drop your anchor in a secluded little area out of the weather. So we might do that here coming soon. I also got to finish planning the ship, but this lowest deck will be the next big one I'm going to work on, and once that's done, we should be good. Start working on this, and I got to work on this bridge, but I don't feel like coding a bunch of Lua right now. Plus, I have to, wherever this thing went, I have to code a pretty big screen for in here, because as you can see, there's only one of them. So I got to put radar, artificial horizon, and other things, whatever else an aircraft needs on there. But that's going to be about it. So, see you later.